Hi everyone, welcome to Awkward Author. My name is Alyssa Grasso, and this is my weekly vlog and podcast about my sometimes awkward, always awesome author life. And this week I do finally have my January author income report for you, which I kind of forgot to share with you earlier. I'll explain why I forgot it. It's not really any great mystery. And I'll keep you updated on what I'm making as an author. And not too much going on here this week. A pretty quiet, uneventful week as far as author stuff goes. I am little by little making progress on the book I'm working on. This is the fourth book in a 4-book series. So a little bit further along. I'm not sure what my exact word count is. I should have looked that up before I started recording this, but I know I've passed the 20,000 word mark, so that's like a nice milestone. I feel like it's getting there, little by little. This is becoming a book. I saw someone, posted something on Twitter. It was like a funny thing. Like, if you write 1,000 words today, 1,000 words a day, eventually you'll have a book. If you write 100 words a day, eventually you'll have a book. If you write 1 word a day, eventually you'll have a book. Something like that. Eventually you'll have a book, no matter what pace you're writing at. But some of us do write at slower paces than others, and it's a matter of finding time to get the writing in, and not just time, but being in the right, I guess, mental headspace to write. I had a little bit of a frustrating experience. I guess the end of the week. I forget what. I think it was like last Wednesday, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was all ready to sit down and write. I was in that zone, and as you know, I have that wireless keyboard now that I'm trying to use with my computer, and so I turned that on and had the computer set up, which is, it's a whole rigged up setup here to get everything to fit on my little desk and be comfortable to sit and type, and the keyboard wasn't working, and I'm going through all this stuff trying to figure it out. I'm doing Google searches and doing all this crazy stuff to try to get the keyboard to work. And anyway, I don't know how long I spent on that, over 40 minutes. I think I was ready to give up and just do something else, because I'm like, I can't type with this keyboard that the built-in keyboard, because I'm having problems. I noticed the T key now too is not quite working right. The E key has been bad for a while. Anyway, so I was ready to give up. I definitely wasted a lot of time on this, and I feel like an idiot, because the keyboard I have, the wireless keyboard I have, I can even show it to you for those of you that are watching on video. It looks like this, and it's got this little dial on the side, because you can use it with multiple devices. So, I have it set up to use with my computer on the one dial, okay, which I would never change this, but it's right at the side, so when you're moving this thing around, you could easily slide this thing, which is what happened. So it was slid to the number 2 position, and I don't have it set up for the number 2 position with this device or with any other device. I haven't set it up to use with an iPad or iPhone or whatever. I could if I wanted to. So anyway, it had slid to the number 2 position, so now the whatever Bluetooth signal it was giving off, the computer wasn't picking it up, and so it was showing as not connected. And anyway, I realized that after, all sorts of fruitless searching and, troubleshooting and, restarting the computer, all this stuff. I realized I was just a dope, and I had actually accidentally slid that to the number 2 position. So it was just a frustrating experience, because then it's like, okay, now I got to figure it out. Now I can finally write. And now I'm kind of in a state. But I did get some writing in. Would have probably gotten more writing in if I hadn't made that dumb mistake. So there's always something. Being able to get into the writing zone is good, and if you can force yourself to do it, even when, you're dealing with, frustrating things, as I was, at least the other day when I was trying to write. And so, and just being able to write when you can squeeze in time to write, like I said, I've played around with dictation too, so just using a voice recorder to try to get some writing done when you're doing stuff where you can't maybe sit and type, but, you're occupied but not totally occupied, and you want to get some thoughts down. So whatever you have to do to get your book written, I guess, and whatever works for you is always, finding that is a good thing. And I don't know that I've necessarily found it. I'm always trying out different things. I'm always willing to experiment somewhat to see what works for me with that sort of stuff. So happy President's Day, I guess, to those of you in the U.S. Of course, when you're watching this, it's going to be well past President's Day, but right now I'm recording on Monday, which is President's Day, and it's really a non-holiday for anyone like me that works from home. It just really means there's no mail. I wouldn't even say there's necessarily less distractions. I have a dog right now who's licking his leg down on the floor, so I have distractions of the canine variety, although at least he's not barking, and hopefully the microphone is not picking up this licking noise that's going on. Yeah, he's an old man. He gets some sore legs, and I think that's what's going on down there. Anyway, I hope so. we don't want to explore that too closely. Anyway, I don't have much to tell you this week, but I do have my author income report for you. I want to thank Richard Jones, who watches this vlog on YouTube, and hopefully asked, hey, are you going to have your January income report up anytime soon? Because normally I try to do that, after we cross over into a new month. And it just completely slipped my mind. I guess last week, or maybe even the week before. I don't know if it was February yet, the week before. I can't remember, but yeah, I just completely spaced out, completely forgot about it, and probably, I'm guessing, the reason I forgot is because it's not at all memorable. If you have been listening or watching these episodes for any length of time, you've probably detected a pattern to what my monthly author income is, and I guess the good thing I'll say is it's pretty steady, it's pretty reliable. I wish it was more money. I wish it was reliably more income coming in, but I do have a small steady income that comes in from my books each month, and I will tell you that that's nearly all nonfiction, my nonfiction books that I have out there. So if that's something you're looking to do, if you're looking to create a passive income stream from your writing, you don't want to have to mess around with any kind of marketing or anything like that, I would highly recommend nonfiction, on like niche topics, on things that are informational nonfiction. I will guess I will say, like how to, or not memoir, but nonfiction that can help people do something that they need to do, share your expertise, or even research different things and share that with people. So if you do that, and I would say you're probably going to want to, the more books you put out there, the more money you can have coming in. So probably more than one title. But if that is your goal, with writing and books and just making money in general, you don't want to have to mess around with marketing. You're happy just having, a steady, if small, income coming in each month. And obviously it's something that you could grow with the more you put out there. And if you really enjoy writing nonfiction stuff, definitely consider that, because I will say it's reliable. Like I've been making just around the same amount each month, and I do nothing in terms of marketing. I mean, this is all passive income right now. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. I don't really make passive income from the fiction though. So if fiction is your goal, you're gonna have to learn marketing, or you're going to have to partner with someone who can do the marketing for you, usually meaning like, working with a traditional publisher. Even though they expect you to do some marketing yourself, it's pretty limited what you can do on your own with traditional publishing. Anyway, getting off topic. Back to my income. What did I make this month? Or, well, the month of January? Not much, as usual. And actually, for January, all my income came through Amazon. So I did not sell anywhere else. I have books available on Barnes & Noble, Apple, Kobo, who am I leaving out? Google, and I feel like, well, I have some hardcover books available through Ingram Spark. So all my income came from Amazon in January, divided between ebook and paperback. Ebook was about twice what the paperback income was. So on paperbacks, I made $27.15, and then the ebooks were $60.66. paperbacks were all US sales. The ebooks were almost all US sales. The bulk of the ebook sales were US. And then there's just a little bit of money coming in from the UK, from Germany, India, Canada, and Australia. So all places where English is spoken, if not the, primary language, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so for a total of $87.81 for the month of January. So like I said, very similar to what my monthly income has been in previous months, and what it will be at least probably this month, right around there anyway, next month, because there just seems to be a pattern here, a steady pattern of, what my passive stream of income is coming in from the nonfiction that I have out there. And obviously I want to improve that. As I said last month when I recorded my year in review, income is that, definitely with putting this series of books out there, one of my goals is to make money from it, obviously, and to, kind of increase the amount of money that I'm bringing in with my books, hopefully by quite a good margin. But first, Alyssa must finish writing that series and finish writing the book that she's working on now, finish editing those books and getting them out there for publication. So, yeah. Anyway, the reason I forgot to put my author income report together for you last week is really I kind of forget about that income because it's a drop in the bucket, really. And I'm happy with it. I mean, it's great to have a passive, $87 or, whatever it happens to be coming in each month. It'll pay a bill here or there, right? And so that's great. And would it be nice if it was more? Of course it would. And would it be nice to have some more income streams like that coming up so that they could add up to, something significant? That would be great too. But it's nice to have. I'm not complaining about it. And, certainly it's very cool that, I do have a steady and reliable passive income stream coming in from books. Certainly I've considered, doing more nonfiction, writing more nonfiction, because I can see that you could generate income from it. As I said last week, I've been, beta reading Paul Teague's book that he's working on about podcasting and, a guide for people that want to have podcasts. And, Paul is doing that because he knows he makes, money from his nonfiction books. He has other nonfiction books out there. He has, this wealth of information that he can share with people. And, why not make some money from it? And as he knows from putting out, the other nonfiction books, there is the ability to have a passive income stream from those books. You don't have to engage in a lot of marketing. You don't have to figure out Facebook ads, although you can do that too, and maybe bring in some more income, or at least get the sales ball rolling. And then once those books start selling, the way the Amazon algorithms work, if you can get an item, any item really, because I sell other stuff on Amazon. If you can get it selling, just even a few sales can help trigger, more sales. And then if for some reason sales die off, you're going to just see it suddenly gets buried in the search kind of thing. So some tidbits to consider as far as that goes. But yeah, definitely I've considered putting more nonfiction out there because I see that there is the potential to, make money and not have to do a lot of marketing with it. And it's something I've toyed with, as Paul has said with his podcasting book, he's trying to put something out there that's pretty evergreen, because when you put out these things on, technology, a website, how to make money with Etsy, and you can, publish a book, and a month after it's published, they completely change the way the website looks and how you go about listing items. And so it is tough to, base things around technology subjects, which is where most of the knowledge I have, I guess, is, as far as making money on the internet and things like that, and selling stuff online. But also, even anything you write about these days, you're gonna have to reference technology in some way, and things do change fast. So you do have to be careful, I guess, but also there's really no avoiding, stuff going out of date And it's just a matter of maybe making stuff not too technical, maybe not having a ton of links in your book that are gonna get broken after, a few months when things change or whatever. So, it's something to consider, I guess, writing nonfiction. Certainly something I have considered. I don't love it as much as I love writing fiction. It's work for me, I guess, and I really have to be in the right frame of mind to write nonfiction. Now, that being said, I used to work for a newspaper. I used to do reporting. I used to, write nonfiction, or I had to interview people, or, sit in school board meetings, or, things like that. And so I can definitely do it, and I've made money doing it. I've done other freelance writing, journalism-based freelance writing before, and so it is something that I can do, and I can make money from it, but I kind of choose not to because I don't enjoy it as much. So that's my thoughts on it. But then again, I see these author income reports. I see that I make a steady income from the nonfiction I have out there, and it does, make me wonder, should I write some more nonfiction? Should I put some more out there? And I'm not going to say, never say never, because who knows? I might put out some books at some point on, other topics, and try to, increase this passive income that I have coming in each month. So that would be something down the road. But short term, my plan for increasing my income is to actually start selling fiction on a regular basis. And that is why I'm putting out a series, because I think I can do some more with that as far as promoting and, driving sales and, in a profitable way. But obviously that's down the road yet still, because I just crossed the 20,000 mark with my book, and I'm thinking that it'll come in at least 60,000 words, this book. It might be a little shorter than some of the other books that I've written in this series, only because it's not quite as complicated, because I'm really focusing on the one storyline in it, but we'll see. I have everything kind of mapped out. I'm not really deviating too much from the map, the outline I've written for myself, but we'll see. So 20,000 words, I might be 1/3 of the way through with the first draft, so that's a pretty good milestone. I'll take that. But yeah, that's what I've got going on this week, and I will be back next week with a new episode of Awkward Author. If you enjoyed listening or watching, please consider subscribing. And if you would like to know more about me, you can visit my website, which is alissagrosso.com. That's ALISSAGROSSO.com. Or you can visit awkwardauthor.com. And I will talk to you guys all again next week. Thanks for listening and watching, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye for now.